This local sports report is brought to you by Peter Izzio from Izzio Financial Solutions, helping you ensure financial stability for your family or business. Call Peter today for expert advice from an experienced advisor. Call now to book an appointment at 519-576-5410.
I will start off with a little bit of background about me. I grew up in Caledon and Orangeville, Ontario, which is roughly an hour or so from here. It's a small town. I went to Robert F. Hall Catholic Secondary School. I'm a pretty introverted person, and throughout my early years in high school, I had a tough time really fitting in. I played football, hockey, and baseball in school, and then elite baseball and junior hockey outside of school. But I was really going through the motions when I was in grade 9 and 10. It wasn't really until grade 11 where I found a really solid group of friends and started getting a little bit out of my comfort zone by trying new things. I started volunteering outside of school where I taught children with disability how to ski and snowboard. I also coached a 12U baseball team. In my latter years in high school, I played volleyball in the fall, hockey and badminton in the winter, and baseball in the spring. Trying to juggle school sports, my elite sports outside of school was a challenge for me, I bring all this up right now because I think every student athlete in this room can relate. Maybe some of you guys didn't have a tough time with balancing everything, but everyone here knows how quickly your plate can fill and it can be very overwhelming for some people. In my grade 12 year, after talking to my parents, I made the decision to solely focus on baseball outside of school. No more junior hockey for me. This was a serious change for me, but I was still able to play high school hockey where we went to Ottawa for the OPSA tournament and were able to win a silver medal. I had the honor in my high school convocation winning a scholarship award for excellence in hockey. Even with the success I had in sports throughout high school, my mom would say none of these mattered as much as me achieving honor roll for the first time in my high school career. And I'm sure most parents here will agree in saying that that is just, if not more important, than the athletic accolades we get the privilege of receiving. The summer of my grade 12 year, which is coming up for some of you guys, was filled with some big decisions. Looking back, I was all over the map. I received D1 junior college offers, a lot of Division II offers and Division III offers for go play baseball in the United States. I applied to about 6 universities across Canada as well. I just could not figure out what was the best fit for me. My parents are both high school teachers, and they wanted me to fulfill my dreams with baseball, but they really emphasized the necessity for school and to really think about it. I think it was around the middle of July where I accepted my offer to attend Brock University, who had a very strong baseball program coming off an OUA championship the year before. For me, schools I would have went to in the States did not jump at me and were not a good fit for me. I enjoyed the Brock campus and they had a great baseball team, so I felt like it was a really good fit for me. I went to a couple more showcases though afterwards, after accepting that offer, in hopes of maybe getting a 4-year Division I school to contact me. Unfortunately, that never came to fruition, but after all of these showcases, there was one gentleman that continued to email me after coming to play baseball, for me to come to the baseball for him, and that was Scott Valentine at Laurier. Unfortunately, his name was Beard Knight, but he kept encouraging me to come visit campus and see what Laurier is all about. My dad and I went up and I immediately fell in love. The small campus really caught my eye, coming from a small town. I emailed Coach Valentine and told him I was interested in coming to school, but I was a little skeptical. It was in the middle of August and training camp was actually just a week away. But again, as my mom would say, because of the good marks, I was able to get my acceptance within a week, and I was officially going to Laurier. Because of my late acceptance, I wasn't able to get into residence and had to live off campus. Again, I felt myself in that same place as I did early in my high school career, where I didn't know anyone or I didn't really know how to get out there and meet new people. I knew no one going into university, which was different for people at my hometown. Most people followed each other, and so a lot of my friends went to U of T, they went to Carleton or Western. And so for me, I felt a little bit alone. Baseball was that one constant for me, however, especially in the beginning of my university experience. It helped me make friends, and not just friends, brothers. I did come into school a little bit cocky, however, in the sense that I felt like I had the experiences of juggling school, sport, and social life, and would be totally fine. My schedule throughout the week was practice every night from Tuesday to Thursday. We would have four games throughout the weekend, so we'd have 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. That would leave us only with Mondays that we'd have off. That's where we would be encouraged to load up on classes, so there weren't any time conflicts with our extracurricular activities. This schedule ran from about the end of August to about the end of October. Five classes as a full-time student, baseball every day, along with all the other freshman events that you're able to go to. It was a lot for me. When it came to the sport aspect of my life, I was lucky. I had the opportunity to play as a first year, and not only play, but be a starting pitcher, where we had 3 other starters who were all in their 5th year. In my first game, I threw a no-hitter, and it was a huge accomplishment for me, seeing all the success I was having in sport. But it simply took everything. It took my whole life. I didn't go to a lot of classes during the season, and I had the opportunity to live with 4 teammates throughout my time here at Laurier, which of course is a lot of fun. But when I look back on that first year, my first year teammates weren't all that lucky. All of my roommates actually had to face that adversity of coming in to a new school and a new team, older players, and not being able to really start as a first year. I faced a different kind of adversity that was completely self-inflicted, but it was a huge learning curve for me. In my first year, I had to drop 2 classes in my first semester. I was failing 2 of these classes, and I didn't want them to show up on my transcripts. I was failing these it was safe to say that my parents were not happy. It was a huge wake-up call for me. In my second semester, where we only had 2 practices and 2 lifts a week, I was able to balance those for that 5-class schedule. I joined an off-campus club where we played intramural sports and other residences, and I was able to make some new friends. What I really want to emphasize here is the fact that as much as I prepared for this new chapter of my life, I didn't balance properly, and it was something that I personally had to figure out. Instead of just taking all of that burden of figuring it out on my own, the smartest thing that I've ever done in my university career was reach out to the support in my friends and family and coaches. After all of these conversations, I got a sense of what I needed to do to be successful in my next years. The last years of my university career, I've been able to take 5 classes, both semesters, and keeping good marks while maintaining all of my extracurricular activities. My 3rd and 4th year have brought new challenges, and I've had the opportunity of being a captain on the baseball team, which has brought those challenges, but also new opportunities. Taking on that role and being a role model for incoming freshmen can be a tough task, but has been something that my fellow captains and I have thoroughly enjoyed. Team expectations with study hall, the way in which as student athletes we carry ourselves around campus and off campus, school, social life, are all topics of conversation I've had to have with first year athletes, not only on my team, but with other student athletes around the school. I've had the opportunity to play in the junior nationals twice. One as a young kid, I was 14, and we won the junior nationals. And then this past summer, I got picked up by the Oshawa Legionnaires and was able to play and be able to start against Manitoba. I also, this past fall, in the second time in Laurier history, we were able to win the OUA championship. We also won Team of the Year for Laurier, which was the first time ever in our program's history. For me, it's been the best 4 years of my life, but they go by so fast. I can remember my first year at Laurier like it was yesterday, but if there's something that I can leave with you guys here tonight, is that we're all going to face adversity. It will come in different forms, but it will all be there the same. It's how we deal with that adversity that shapes us. Don't be afraid to reach out. Those fears and challenges that you will face are normal. Don't internalize them. Being a captain, I've been able to see firsthand the outlets and support mechanisms that are there for all of us as students. Whether you're a student athlete or not, there are people there that have your back. Find out what you love to do. Coming out of high school, I wanted to study kinesiology, but I found so much enjoyment in the programs that I am now. Get out there and join clubs. Get out of your comfort zone. It will only benefit you. All of the athletic achievements that myself and my teammates have gotten over the past 4 years will always be there, but it's the bonds and the friendships that you make throughout your years that will make your university experience the best. For me, I've made brothers for life, and it's one of the biggest blessings that I've gotten in my university experience. And again, back to my mother, she's a very wise woman, always saying to me, you can have a full plate, but it's how you manage all of those parts that count. Congratulations to everyone on winning these scholarships. I know when I won it was a huge honor and a privilege. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful night.
For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.